Hello world, I'm Colton here, and I'm joined today by
Bumluck.
You're at the CS50 fair at Yale. What year are you, Bumluck?
I'm a sophomore at Yale College.
Awesome, and you took CS50 this term. Was this your first exposure to computer programming?
Yes, it was.
Awesome, okay. And what app did you develop for the final project?
So the app that I developed is a website called Volunteer Addis, which is able to connect volunteers with the organizations or charities that they care about.
Awesome, okay. Why don't you give us a tour of Volunteer Addis? Also, what is the name Addis, Volunteer Addis? Where does that come from?
Okay, so Volunteer Addis is literally referring to volunteering in Addis, which is the capital city of Ethiopia. And I think this website is useful in being able to connect both volunteers and organizations because there's no centralized system that allows them to do so.
Okay, so this has an actual real-world sort of inspired use case, which is really cool. Okay, awesome. Why don't you give us a tour of the sort of features of your website?
Yeah, for sure. So this is Volunteer Addis, so you have volunteer as well as organization profiles. So for example, signing in as an organization and signing in as a volunteer, and then I can see the homepage where I'm able to access the different stories which serves as like a newsfeed for volunteering experience. And you can go to profile, where I can update my profile picture, volunteering experience, work experience, as well as my email for organizations that want to contact me.
Awesome profile picture, by the way.
Thank you very much. And I can even go to history, so organizations are able to add time of how much time I worked, and I can see what they submitted. So it says like the day submitted as well as the time worked. I can go to search, so I can search using organization name, category, as well as distance from where I'm located. So for example, for category, if I say health, there's like, it says to Red Cross, and then I can be able to like go and then see like the Ethiopian Red Cross Society and be able to access what they have. And that same thing exists within the organization's page, but different features like are able to add whatever time I worked, and also be able to access volunteers, how much time they worked, and then be able to select a good set of volunteers that will be able to work in their charity.
And part of your registration actually involves Google Maps integration, is that correct?
Yes. So, for example, when registering as an organization here, there's a name, category, description, and then there's also a Google Maps feature. The reason I included this is because in Addis, the streets, the system for locating where a house is located within a street is not as efficient. So I made it easier for users to just go and then click on where they're located, and then it automatically updates latitude and longitude, which is used for search options, such as when I said I want to work in an organization that is 200 miles from where I am located, and it is able to calculate that and show all the organizations there.
Awesome, I love it. And then let's talk a little bit about the technology you used to implement your project. So what is this built on? What did you use to program this website?
The basic one is using Python and Flask in order to be able to integrate like the Python with the HTML pages. And there's also the SQL version for databases, where there's an organization database as well as a volunteer database. And under those, there are different features such as the amount of experience, how much time the volunteer worked, and also the personal details, which can be updated. And also there are features such as whenever registering, it sends you a link of like the different features that you can use. So in that, I use CS50 CS50 concepts such as using Gmail and be able to connect with organizations.
Awesome. And then, of course, the Google integration, which is super cool. It's like the next step beyond sort of the finance scaffolding from the finance PSET.
Yes.
But yeah, this is super cool, and it's super cool that it has sort of a real-world inspired use case too, which I think makes these projects all the better and sort of a more personal endeavor.
Yes. And also plan to get this out of the CS50 library and be able to implement it in Addis, because there are many small organizations that don't have an actual website, and using this they can create their own profile and have all their contact details, and volunteers can sign up for a mailing list where the organizations can send emails, and then volunteers are updated about what is happening.
And that would be sort of like the next steps features for implementing in your project?
Yes, and something I also thought about and was working on but wasn't able to finish in this project was a chatbot which directly connects volunteers with the charities. but that is something I'm currently working on, and within the break probably able to finish.
Awesome. Well, it sounds super inspired. Thank you very much for interviewing Bamlak. It was a pleasure. This is CS50.